Hello everybody, it's GuidingHalo. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be your daily hope for, I guess it will be the 24th now. Alright, let's see what's all coming up for all y'all. See what's coming up. We're going to use the Return of Spirit Oracle deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. Love, look at that. How beautiful, my friends. How beautiful is that? I'm just going to move the camera a little bit here. Well, we'll read that one for certain. I feel that somebody here may not have been handled very well in the love situation previously. And I feel that that is going to change. I think you are going to understand how loved you are and how much the divine moves heaven and earth to bring about that understanding of love for you. The love card has come to you today to remind you that you are very much loved and cared for. When the road gets hard and life hurts, we often pull back in a knee-jerk reaction. We go into protection mode as a way of surviving the hurt. You are a kind, nurturing, and sensitive soul. You feel the wounds of your life and the hurts of the world deeply within your heart. This sensitivity is a part of your gift. It gives you great empathy and compassion for your fellow man. If you hide your gift away, it cannot serve you or anyone else. Spirit is lovingly calling to you, asking that you begin to let your guard down, if only just a little. Spirit wants to remind you that when you close down in an attempt to hold out the pain, you unknowingly hold out the good as well. There is a lot of love here for you and waiting for you. You just have to begin to let it in. Your love is what this world needs, and this world has much love to give you in return, if you will allow it to. Time to lower your defenses and move on from the hurts of the past. It's time to open your tender heart to the world again. Your love holds the potential to heal not only yourself, but the people of this world in a very big way. Because you have drawn this card, you may find new love coming into your life. This could be in the form of intimate relationships, but it usually points to mutually supportive friendships. Whichever it is, you will start to see the world supporting you in loving encouragement. Remember, it is those with the biggest hearts who often wounded the deepest. However, they are also the ones who can heal the world through the bounty and magnitude of love they hold within. That speaks to me, my friends. It sure does, because you know, I end. There's something about an end to love, or an end to the way you view love, an end to how it is you've manifested love. Being I said the word end. There we go, move that so it's straight. Yeah, definitely. And it speaks to me so much so on a version of the way I love is changing. The way I perceive love even is changing. It's not about compromising. It's not about losing self-integrity, but it's definitely about coming down off your highfalutin pedestal and understanding that just because you have certain knowledge does not make you better. In fact, in some ways makes you more so inferior to the world at large around you who is asleep. Now, isn't that interesting that that's coming out? Because we do not believe that in the spiritual world. We believe the more knowledge you have and the more you know how to love from a purer form, the higher level of elevation you are. But it also brings along a massive expectation of your own self in order to be that. People that aren't in that knowledge base don't necessarily have to focus on the being of that love, and therefore just take the love that they have possibly out into the world. Whereas we focus on, say, improving our stance where that love is concerned. But perhaps in reality, that is where the divine's work is, and we need to step back and allow the divine to bring things into our life, people into our life, situations into our life that will create love and bring love about, peace, healing, and balance in ways you could not have possibly planned if you'd have sat there with an orchestrated book and wrote it all up yourself. Just saying. Yeah. And wrote it all up yourself. Because, you know, The divine is the one that creates transformation. They want you to embrace it. There's something about transformation coming that is about embracing, and it's to bring you a certain amount of security. Perhaps it's something you've fought up till now because of this whole idea that, you know, there's a higher love you need to understand, which in the highest form of love is through surrender. And in this security, you will find incredible happiness, which will bring pleasure. And it's some sort of pleasure that's going to come in the simplicity of a feather falling from the sky and dropping. It's so simple, and we as a spiritual lifestyle and a way of being have made it something to reach and have striven so hard to make it come about, but it's really so simple. It's found in wisdom and in the small moments of creating. We've had to dive deep within. We've had to dive deep under passionate, painful experiences, and that's where the wisdom comes, through those painful experiences. But it does not need to be so hard. Love does not need to be so hard. How is it that we can open the heart and let the transformation in, not to go out into the world to transform others per se, but to help it and allow it and to surrender so that it can transform us? Then you will find an absolute thriving come in. That's beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. I'm not going to read all of these cards to you because I feel the message there was so incredibly powerful as it is. I think there's a change that someone's absolutely been denying themselves due to what they call spirituality, due to what they call the divine work. And that change has come into your life to bring about a trajectory that you've dreamt of, but I think you put it off. You put it off because it can't possibly look like, you know, something spiritual or what the divine would have for me. Can't possibly. No way, man. Can't possibly. The divine's here to say, sure it can. Let's read the wisdom card since it's sitting there on top. Depths of the sea. The surface of the sea can be choppy and turbulent. But when we sink down into the depths, or our surroundings are completely different, often there is a stillness below. In other cases, the surface of the sea might be placid, yet down in the liquid blue are the myriad of creatures and a variety of seaweeds. A vast community of creatures is eating, mating, giving birth, and dying. What we see on the sea's surface has very little to do with what is occurring below. So what you're seeing in a circumstance or situation has very little to do with what you thought it had to do with. You might be heading into something with an idea of what you perceive it to be, but the divine is saying, oh, it's so much more than that. Things are not as they seem. Look beneath the surface in your life. For example, you might feel that you aren't making progress on a particular project, yet beneath the surface, things are happening. Or you might be going through a stormy cycle. This card is letting you know that even though the surface of your life might be a bit rocky or wobbly, in a deeper place, all is well, and serenity and peace are emerging. Things that may seem challenging will later be revealed to have been incredibly beneficial. So you see, the divine has taken us on a journey here to head us towards love and communion and understanding what that is with self. That is beautiful. Wow. I love these daily hopes. I come up with channeled information that is so powerful. So many times I sit there when I'm feeling low, where I feel like I have no faith or no patience, and I go inward and I start pulling up the Daily Hope channel and I sit there and watch the videos because it just brings hope. And I'm sitting there going, oh man, I can't believe I said those things and I don't even remember saying them. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. So how can we have more faith? Look at this, and the two coming together. The two little owls sitting there all curled up, cuddly, loving each other in the simplest form of what love is. It's not about pretense. It's not about taking from or having from some other. It's simply about being there to bring about the love that is meant to be. That is beautiful. Let's pull one from the middle of the deck. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. So what are we manifesting? We want to manifest healing. We want to manifest love. We want to manifest the pleasures and simplicity and wisdom, bringing it all together for us. There's going to be a time, I believe, come shortly for many, and especially whoever's watching this video, there's going to come a time where you are going to see what has happened or what is happening. You thought your work was done in a certain scenario or situation, but it's not. It's not done. In fact, it hardly even skimmed the surface. And the divine, I believe, is going to use you or this video as a center point for you to come back to, but they are going to use you as a portal of energy to create a change. And it may take you down a road that feels incredibly difficult, uncertain, fearful even, but they're asking you to lean on the faith of the universe, because you will have peace in this and understand that the energy you bring to each situation creates your reality. So focus on love and focus on union, and trust that whatever you're going through or whatever's coming up, that the divine is absolutely going to bring in something incredible, and they're going to use you to do it. You thought you were being used before? Oh, I'm just saying, just you wait. Just you wait. Hope is the conduit for miracles. You see what I'm saying? There was a hope that you had. You thought you'd done everything you could. Perhaps you walked away, you left it, said whatever. That hope has still lived within you, and there is a miracle about to come into play. I surrender to a power greater than I. Look at that. How beautiful is this reading? In absolute surrender, we walk away from something, and magic, as if by magic. Right? Just like the video in the beginning says, as if by magic. As if by magic, you are set free and launched into the stars map of your true soul's calling and destiny. And for the first time in a very long time, you are set on a collision course. You are set on a collision course, and for the first time in a very long time, we start to feel hope. I love that video. I think I may go watch it again. Dearest you, we know everything in the universe is perfect, even in the flaws, and we view the creations of spirit in total awe. All is unique, yet part of a unity of existence. But the human experience is a little different from ours. You tend to have a specific standard for what you consider ideal, and this isn't serving you right now. So forget your ideas of perfection and see through our eyes, allowing things to be as they are without judgment. Don't wait until a perfect moment or mood to start something. Instead, enter life with all of its flawsomeness. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. Let others be who they are too, imperfect and human, complex or simple, it doesn't matter. For there is always something to discover, experience, and love. When you drop the need for an ideal, you uncover the real treasure, which will be far more interesting and valuable. There is a treasure to be uncovered here, absolutely. And like I said, you thought you'd done the work and you were used in a circumstance as far as you could be used, but the divine is stepping in here to tell you, no, there's more going on here than meets the eye, and they're about to bring a whole new understanding in a way for you to move forward. And what is that going to create for you? What is it at the heart of it all? Love. Loving you like crazy. I hope this message resonates for you guys. Sure does for me. I'll talk to you again soon. Blessings.